Hey, it's Wes. I know everyone doesn't want to talk about 2020. I'm ready to say it's over with, but there were some amazing things happening in the real estate market in Northern Virginia. I want to talk about Arlington, Fairfax, Prince William, and Stafford, especially if you're looking at selling in the near future or if you're moving to Northern Virginia. You need to know what's going on in the marketplace. So for 2020, I'm going to compare it to 2019, then I'm going to give you a forecast so that you know if you're in the market what to expect. Arlington County for 2019, the average sales price was $705,000. In 2020, it went up to $779,000 per average per unit. The total units in Arlington County, almost the same. Almost 2,800 units were sold in Arlington, the same number for 19 and 2020. Fairfax County, average price $602,000, went up to $654,000. That's also 9%. So both Arlington and Fairfax up 9%. Units, 16,000. Both of them are pretty close for Arlington and Fairfax. Both almost the same number of units sold for each year. Down in Prince William County, 409,000 was the average price, up to 446. That's also 9%. And very close, the same number of units. What we did in the first quarter, it was a little slow coming out of the blocks in January, February, March, and then things got a little slow in April with COVID. And then as we put protocols and procedures in place to show houses, the market picked up. July and August were like none we've had before. The market was crazy, and typically those are slower because people are on vacation, finishing up school, etc. Total units almost the same, about 800 more units in Prince William County in 2020 versus 2019. Stafford County, 370 up to 400,000, also 9%, and they sold about 500 more units last year than they did in 2019. So across the board, 9% increase. This is interesting. There's a lot of talk about a bubble. I don't foresee a bubble. We had our bubble in 2004, 2005. In 2003, the average house went up 24%, and again another 25% to 2005. Some of the same conditions were occurring. Waiving appraisals, waiving home inspections, having multiple offers. There are houses right now in all of these areas getting 10 to 20 offers. So as a buyer, you need to be approved, maybe have a letter that says you're more than qualified for the property. I'm going to have another video that gets into the strategies as a buyer and a seller and what you need to do in this real estate market. So what's going to happen in 2021 in Northern Virginia? Well, Amazon is still coming. I've checked, they have hired about 10% of the forecasted 25,000 employees. So we're going to have a lack of inventory continuing this year. Prince William County will get 6 to 7% of those employees for Amazon. 75% will probably get in the Crystal City, Arlington, and Fairfax area. Stafford County will see 2 to 3% of those employees coming. And besides the employees, you're going to have support staff. Interest rates. I'm still seeing 2.5% interest rates up to 2 3/4. I don't see anything by the Fed or the government changing those rates. So they want to keep the economy rolling. Real estate's one of those great things to do so. Each home sale generates about $65,000 in the economy when you consider the realtors, appraisers, home inspectors, title companies, moving companies. So a lot of money moves around with each real estate transaction. Employment. I don't see a drop in employment. We don't have any major companies that are going to be hurt by the change in leadership nor in our economy. We're very solid, very driven with the government, Beltway bandits, military in Northern Virginia. Turnover. You're going to see some turnover with the political parties. That's going to force some transactions with real estate. And then we have many military bases, Andrews, the Pentagon, Fort Belvoir, Quantico, to name a few, that will have people coming and going because orders are open again for the military. So I don't see a bubble here. One of the other changes, back in 2005, we had no doc loans. There are no loans that just basically, if you have a pulse, they'll give you $500,000. That doesn't happen. So the lenders, banks have been very diligent, very difficult to get a loan. They want to see a lot of documentation, but that helps to ensure the low failure rate of some of these people buying the properties. So that's the difference. I think our market's going to be very similar in 2021 as it was in 2020. Please send your comments and questions. Thanks for watching.